What's going on at 7 o'clock, part of Las Vegas Fantasy Football Conference going down Labor Day weekend? Welcome to another episode of Fantasy Football Safe Space presented to you by the Shot Callers. Once again, I'm accompanied with my brother from another mother, Brother Fox. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well, brother. How you doing?
Doing well, man. In the words of Big E, blessed and highly favored. Our third member couldn't make it tonight.
Yeah, hey, it happens. Big E will bounce back. Not like his Raiders, but he'll bounce back.
Oh! Hopefully he gets to see that. Brother Fox, how can the good people take care of us?
Hey, as always, y'all can give us that HBO special. If you don't know what the HBO special is, it's the Help a Brother Out special. So help a brother out. Hit that like button, subscribe. It truly goes a long way.
It does. Who hurt you this week? I know you got 2 dubs, but who could have hurt you? Who let you down?
Scary Terry. The fuck is that? He had 3 targets for 0 catches, 0 yards. Gave a goose egg for the entire game.
Those are the worst. Those are the absolute worst. Infuriating. As a T. Higgins owner, I'm accustomed to those. I've had him in at least 3 years, and he's good for at least 1 or 2 a season. And so when he is healthy, he's either going to ball out or he's going to get you a 0.
Yeah. Scary Terry normally gets 6 to 8 completions a game. He may not get you a tub, but he normally gets you at least 5 to 11 points. So for him to put up a goose egg, I was shocked.
It's surprising that you say that, given that his quarterback is like one of the league leaders in yardage, which is crazy. But I guess maybe he just distributes the ball well. Najee Harris didn't have an awful game, but it's just the yards per carry. I think they need to move on from him. I think he had 68 yards on maybe 16 or 18 touches.
Pittsburgh in general, that whole offense was rough this week.
Bruh, play down to the competition. The
facts.
The Dallas Mavericks of the NFL.
That's so true.
I need to start putting in Cooks. I had Hawkinson on a bye, and I started Josh Downs. He just had like a nice 2-3 game streak, but he hasn't been the same since his injury. I think he's cuttable. He let me down because I think he only had like 3 receptions for maybe 18, 26 yards. Calvin Ridley's killing me right now, and unfortunately they're up. So he may not have
touches. Yeah.
He may not get more than 7 points. Hopefully I can pull out the dub. My opponent had the RB1 of the week, Kamara, tied in 2. McBride.
The crazy part is Kamara could have had more. He had 2 touchdowns that they called back at the goal line for like a knee or hip hitting the ground before crossing. He could have had a monster day.
Won't he do it? Ramondre Stevenson. I saw that he went down.
First quarter. Yeah, with 2.9 points for the whole game. Yeah. And I knew it was over. The moment he got off the field, he couldn't put any pressure on that right leg. I was like, he's done. He's done.
So is Zeke even worth picking up in that offense? I mean, they got shut out. I'm surprised you didn't say Herbert.
Herbert was bad. Herbert was awful. But, there's so many people that let me down this week that it's just, it's about like the Chargers going Charger. I've said it on here before. Chargers find new ways to lose, and we all know Justin Herbert is the most. The media they're finally catching on, but for the past few years, they hype him up like he's just ridiculous, and he never puts up the numbers. He might put up yardage, he never puts up touchdowns, and he always gets sacked at inconvenient times. So,
we got fantasy emergency. I love it. Thanks for rocking with us. It says fantasy emergency. I clinched playoffs and my trade deadline is after this game. I just got offered to give up Deontay to receive Hollywood. My receivers are ARSB, Ridley, Deontay, and Dotson. Should I accept? Do you like Holly? I like Hollywood and Kyler more than I like Pickett and Johnson. Me personally.
Yeah, I like Hollywood as well. Deontay they have a quarterback issue now. Kenny Pickett's out, and now you have what's the kid Trubisky in there. And I don't know if the second half is any onus on how Pittsburgh's going to play for the rest of the season, but he looked terrible. He looked absolutely terrible. And Deontay really he's been hurt most of the year, so you really haven't gotten much from Deontay to begin with. I'd take it, especially with Kyler being back now and being able to give the ball to Hollywood. I like it.
He says, I heard Hollywood left the game really injured his heel. But I don't know how bad it will keep him out. That's tough. That's tough because the best ability is availability. So you don't want to trade for an injured player. But maybe that's why they're trying to move on from him. I would look into but the deadline is today or tonight. I would check out Fantasy Pros, check out the Sleeper app, look at the notes, even if Yahoo's pretty good with the notes. See how severe the injury, what the likelihood is him of playing next week, because the playoffs are what? We got next week and then playoffs start. Then it's the wild card for traditional leagues.
Yeah.
They do have a bye week this week. Arizona, damn, they got a week 14 bye. I mean, then he could rest up.
Yeah.
Then he could rest up. That's tough. That's tough. I would just make sure that it's not more than 1 week, because if he was anything after that is the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So I would consider that. But good luck to you, man. If you have any more questions or someone let you down this week or someone ate you alive, let us know. We appreciate you rocking with us. I think QB1 this week was Josh Allen.
I think so.
Let me look that up.
It could be potentially fucking Love, because Love put up 3 touchdowns and
you know what?
Almost 300.
I apologize. Versus the Philadelphia defense. Brock Purdy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, for sure, man. We appreciate you rocking with us. We'll be here next week, 7:30 to 7:50, 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
Yes, sir.
Brock Purdy, 36.
Oof.
Geno Smith, 35. That was Dak Prescott, 33. That's my quarterback. I'm not a Dallas fan, but he's been keeping me alive.
Yes.
Jordan Love, 29. Probably didn't get started, but he's been catching fire lately. These last 4 weeks, he might be QB 4 or 5.
Yeah, I feel like after this week, Jordan. They looked at the schedule last night against the Chiefs. They don't play a team that has a winning record for the rest of the season.
That's scary.
So, but the only issue is they lost Christian Watson to a hamstring injury at the end of the game, and they're saying that he's going to go on IR. So Christian Watson is going to be out for most fantasy football playoffs. But you might want to pick up some Packers if they're available.
Romeo Doubs.
Romeo Doubs, the kid Reed. He's he's fast as shit.
Okay. Stafford likely didn't get started. He got 29.
Hey, I had to start Stafford because Lamar Jackson was on a bye, and in the Las Vegas league, it's a lot of competition. People stack quarterbacks just to prevent you from getting one. I got lucky. Matt Stafford was there, and when I saw that Puka Nacua touchdown first half, I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's go!"
There it is. Hurts got 25, but that's kind of expected. That's not like a killer.
Yeah,
that's kind of like the norm for him, right?
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara, 28.
And again,
no 30 burgers for the running backs.
And like I was saying earlier, he had 2 touchdowns that were called back. It could have been nasty.
A-Chain 25.
And A-Chain his numbers came late in the second and third quarter. There's a couple of teams in the league that, regardless of how much they're beating you by, they don't pull off the foot off the pedal. And that's the Baltimore Ravens and Miami Dolphins. They're the only 2 teams that do it. They don't give a fuck. Even if their backups in there, their backups are trying to score. They're trying to throw deep. And A-Chain they were running sweeps with a minute and something left in the game, up by 3 touchdowns. Still running sweeps with A-Chain.
Crazy.
Hell, they might end up being the 1 seed.
Possibly. Derrick Henry, 24. But I heard he got a concussion, which is kind of crazy because I thought he was human proof.
he had a couple of touchdowns
or something.
He had a couple touchdowns early in the game, and then he was out the fourth quarter because of injury.
A dark horse you don't normally see up here, Chuba Hubbard, 22.
Well, Miles Sanders was hurt, so
I mean, but still, he was productive. Like the Panthers are pretty much poop.
Pretty much, they are.
Definition. Christian McCaffrey, 22. He normally lives in the 22 range.
Mm-hmm.
James Conner, 22 versus his former team, the Steelers. Isaiah Pacheco, 21. Not mad at that.
Should have been more. They should have gave it to him in the fucking red zone.
Ooh. We don't want to talk about it.
Whole nother story, bro.
Yeah. Wide receiver 1, DK Metcalf, 37.
Yeah. They were targeting DK, and he had that long 74-yard touchdown in the first quarter, and then I think he scored again in the third, and they kept going to him all game. They kept going after that DB Bland from the Cowboys.
Right.
You know, he had been getting all those interceptions. He did have an interception. He almost had 2. He should have had 2.
Ooh.
But even still, they still targeted him like crazy.
Right. Deebo Samuel, 35.
Deebo was on a mission. This man walked in the stadium wearing black Air Force Ones. You know something was going down.
That's the energy.
Exactly. That's the energy he came in with, and it was all day. Every time he scored, he's like looking and barking up at the Philly crowd. So he was in it.
Hey, him and Trent, was it Trent Williams? They got a little tag team, little funk that they come with every.
They do,
and they're playing good football at the right time.
Facts.
Unfortunately for us in Northern California, we gotta see them at work, and
I feel like clearly they're the number one team right now with a healthy Brock Purdy and a healthy offensive line. Yeah, healthy team. Yeah, they have the most talent in the National Football League.
Like, easily the most talented team, but also the most injury prone.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
They must have picked up the Chargers staff in the offseason or something.
Right. A little bit of the Ravens staff as well.
Facts.
I just had one up. Nico Collins. This might save me. 34.
Yeah. So Nico had a good game, but he also benefited because, and again, I don't get how is Tank Dell in this position to get hurt. He's out for the season now because he broke his fibula. But they did it was a goal line run, and it was a run up the middle. And for some reason, Tank Dell was brought in motion and was a lead blocker in the hole. Fucking Tank Dell, he's 190 pounds wet, bro. Like, come on now.
Good shoulder pads on.
Now they scored the touchdown, sure, but you saw what happened. Like So Nico benefited from that, and I would say Nico is probably. He's going to benefit from it for the rest of the season, but it also might change coverages towards Nico.
True.
So
maybe pick up Noah Brown.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb, it's crazy because my opponent and I are like interchangeable in Vegas. Shout out to Tony Tucker, man. Hopefully you're doing well. CeeDee Lamb, 32. So I had Nico Collins. He had CeeDee Lamb, 34, 32.
And I said this last week. CD is playing the best wide receiver right now in the National Football League. Like,
over Tyreek Hill?
Tyreek has his numbers are very prominent on him breaking a long one. Okay. It's usually like he'll have 8 catches, 146 yards in the tub, but 64 of it will come from one play. Gotcha. Whereas CeeDee Lamb will have 130 for 15 catches, and so it's just like, bruh. Like these are some gritty plays that he's getting, and still putting the numbers.
I feel you. Mike Evans, 29. Old man still got it.
Hey, he's trying to get that contract either with the Bucks or with somebody else. He at least got one more good contract.
Would you take him?
Shit, the man has had 1,000 yards every single year.
Right.
With shit, if
I feel like 3-year, $12 million a year, something like. Respectable, but not like gonna break the bank.
Hey, I feel like this. The Kansas City Chiefs should interview receivers like this. You come in, can you catch? Yeah. Move out the way, have a ball gun, shoot at him. If he can catch it, hey, join the squad, player.
So you said so. There's a chance,
bro. We lead the league. We have 28 drops, bro. 28 drops. It's insane.
So
and it's
two
like
a game.
Yeah, and it's
I
the
saw
same.
that you guys are on pace to break the record for a single season.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's fucking just again, I don't want to talk about
it. Okay. Christian Watson going on IR and Michael Pittman not going on IR, 27 each.
They both had a hell of a game, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the highlights in that Chiefs Packers game, but Watson made a catch in the back of the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
He was covered like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And, the DB had his hands up. It was a jump ball, 50-50 ball.
Yeah.
And he came down with it. It was disgusting. Nice. For sure on his highlight tape.
My tight end, Sam Laporta, 29.
Ooh.
I needed that.
Sam's showing out. He's showing out.
Yeah.
And, like I feel like that him and Kincaid are both like they're getting the playing time. They're making those plays. And I feel, next year, they have to be in that conversation of top 3 tight ends coming into next year.
They're going to replace the Wallers and the Pitts.
Yeah.
You're going to see probably still the big 3, Kelsey, Andrews, Hockenson, and then you're going to see Laporta, Kincaid probably in that 4th, 5th round.
Yeah.
Because, Kyle Pitts is just
trash.
I think I watch he gets to a better – he's going to be the Evan Ingram of that, that draft. Evan Ingram is now in Jacksonville and is doing things, but he could never do anything in New York. Watch Pitts go somewhere and be like relevant again. But the year that he goes somewhere else, I'll take him.
The thing that's different about Pitts is, Ingram was drafted late 1st round.
Yeah.
And Pitts was drafted top 4.
6? Oh yeah, he was 4.
He was number 4, highest tight end ever taken.
Mm-hmm.
And this is your production. You got 1 touchdown, and it was overseas, Negro.
Dude.
Again, bro.
Do they need to fire
the States? You said who?
Do they need to fire the GM in Atlanta?
They need to start over. They need a clean sweep. Right. Fire everybody. Team president, GM, start over. Clean house.
As nice as Bijan is, they had a 1,000-yard rusher with a guy who they were paying pennies on the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't need a running back, but they went and got one anyway. And they spent the top 10 pick on him.
Yep.
And what's my man, Carter? Went to Philly. He was right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right before the taking. Nah, we're going to get another running back, even though we got a 1,000-yard running back. And then we're not even going to use the running back.
Yeah. It's crazy. The crazy thing is right now, the Bears own the Bears pick. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Atlanta, they have a 1st-round draft pick, and they could possibly even try to trade for Fields this offseason because right now they're not going to lose enough games for them to be anywhere close to these high-tier picks. Because I think 1, 2, and 3 are going to be the Bears, the Panthers, and Arizona. They're going to be 1, 2, 3. 2, and then you got to throw in New England. New England's only won 2 games, and New England's going to draft a quarterback as well.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting, bro. Yeah, they're going to. Yeah, Drake May. He's a Patriot through and through, bro.
Right.
He looked like a Patriot. So
I could smell him through the TV. He smelled like a Patriot. So we had 29 from Laporta. Tony Tucker had McBride, who got 22.
McBride's actually been doing work. He's been doing work week to week.
Hey, he was eating with. He started to get warm with Dobbs, and when Kyler came back, I think he's only had 1 game under double digits. Other than that, he's been eating. We got Ferguson from Dallas. He had 19.
Ferguson has slowly, in Dallas, the issue you kind of run into is there's only 1 ball.
Yeah,
and they're going to manufacture touches for CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah,
they're going to manufacture touches for Tony Pollard and even Cook. And even Cook, they'll give him those over routes. So it's how many chances in a game is Ferguson going to get? But it looks like now he has the trust of Dak. So, hey, we'll see what happens.
I feel it. Before we get out of here, how can the good folks take care of us?
As always, y'all can give us that HBO special. If you don't know by now, the HBO special is the Help a Brother Out special. So help some brothers out. Hit that like button, subscribe. It truly goes a long way.
We appreciate you guys rocking with us, man. Stay tuned. We got about one more week left. Then it's playoffs.
Then it's playoffs.
So final episode of the season next week. Shout out to the shot callers. Shout out to Streamlabs, man. Thank you for letting us do what we do so well. Appreciate it. See you guys next week for our final episode.
Peace. Go Chiefs.